Hello guys, Mr. Agophobia. Today I've got a video for XDefiant, best settings to run on the game. But if you like my content guys, like and subscribe, and let's get straight into the video. So we're on the main menu here guys, so let's go to the settings at the top right. I'll show you my settings. This is personal preference, some of these. Thanks to Ubisoft for providing me with access to this game and content. Gameplay input, I use mouse and keyboard most of the time. Field of view guys is 120 for me. Usually the sweet spot for most people is around about 100 to 110, but you could be like me, you could like 120. I like max FOV. So ADS field of view is consistent, so when I aim in it doesn't zoom in loads, it's just the same amount when I aim in like it is on your crosshair. But ADS behavior I have hold. ADS sensitivity transition is instant. Melee during ADS off in case I accidentally press a button and I like screw up, but that's up to you guys. Personally I put it off. Aim and interrupts reload, I put that on. Crouch behavior toggle, that's just normal. Sprint behavior hold, that's up to you as well. I always hold sprint, I don't have tap. I'm so used to it, I just have it on hold now on every game. Auto sprint I have off. You can have that on if you'd like guys, and this threshold, if you put it to 0, that just means it instantly sprints, but if you put a threshold, it you have to have a little push on your analog stick or your key to be able to sprint. That's completely up to you as well. Sprint interrupts reload, I have that on. Slide behavior just tap. Auto reload off. Auto switch weapon off. Auto reload I have off is because sometimes it screws up and auto reload your weapon and an enemy just comes in front of you and kills you, so I prefer to have that off. Same with auto switch weapon, when you run out of ammo or switch to the other weapon, I prefer to have that off. Auto grab ledge, I think that's a bad idea if you have that on, because sometimes it will screw you up, it will mess up your gameplay, it will get you killed. Walk behavior hold, because when you're gonna walk guys in this game really. Scoreboard behavior hold. And then challenge notifications, that's always good, like to know when you've done your challenges or how far you are, like your progression in your challenges. So damage numbers, I've got that on. That's just a personal preference as well guys. I'm so used to it on other games having it on, so I just have it on. But if you don't want so much clutter on your screen, just turn it off. Enemy health bars I have on because that's kind of obvious. You want to know how much health your enemy's got left if you're shooting at him. Minimap rotation, that's personal preference as well, I have it off. Distance units, you can have meters and yards guys, I personally have meters. FPS display, I have that on. This is kind of like a PC thing. I have 130 FPS now, but you can have your ping on the screen, network, diagnostic overlay and team composition overlay. They are completely up to you guys. I prefer to have most of them off, just the FPS display on. So that is the gameplay and UI guys, that's personally what I use. So mouse and keyboard, if you're not mouse and keyboard, just skip this. Personally I like to run 30, so I'll just scroll down the rest. Mouse acceleration, turn that off on every single game guys, that just screws up your aim. So these are just my keybinds guys, if you want to copy them that's completely up to you. Everybody usually has different keybinds.
You're about to win this, agent. Stay focused.
So controller guys, I don't use controller, but button layout, default. Aim assist standard. And then from what I've heard from other people guys, reverse S curve is the best to go. You could strengthen your aim assist. I'm assuming that just snaps onto enemies quicker and better. But this is your settings for your controller guys. Personally, I would turn off controller vibration. I used to be a console player. I used to use controller all the time. Vibration literally just screws up your aim. Turn that off guys. The only game I'd recommend having that on is like a single player game for more immersion. So audio, personally I just kept it normal, guys. I didn't turn anything down, but I'd turn down music if you want to hear people's footsteps better, but that is up to you. These are my settings as well, guys. So video and graphics, this will mostly be PC players, guys, but these are my settings. Windows full screen, so I can just tab in and out of the game to the browser or whatever I want to do. Triple buffering I've got on, reduced latency I've got on, video reflex on, brightness and contrast 1015 just default. This depends on your monitor, guys, but I'm not too bothered on competitive games like FPS and stuff. I'm not too bothered about graphics. I always downgrade my graphics so you get more FPS. So DX12 I've got that off. I've got HDR on, peak brightness and that. My graphics quality is on medium, guys. I could easily run ultra and get about 70 FPS, but I prefer to have above 100 on most games. So VSync I've got off because I've got G-Sync on my monitor. Frame rate limit off completely, and then most of these are just just off, guys, and medium. That's my settings, and so far the game's been running fine. I've been getting above 100 FPS, right flat in game. Accessibility. The only thing I've changed in here, guys, is flashbang effect. Usually when you get flashbang in games, it's really bright and it's annoying. So I like it that games now are implementing this feature, so you can have the dark effect, so your screen will just go black instead of white, so it won't literally blind you in real life. I'd recommend putting that on, guys. It's a lot better. Some people prefer to have the white light for some reason, I don't know why, but I haven't changed anything else in here, guys. Most of these are like narration, speech, text, stuff like that. You won't really need to change any of this. So matchmaking in an account, crossplay, you can have that on and off, but if you're on console and you're sick of coming across hackers and stuff like that, just turn crossplay off. Won't really make a difference, to be honest. Input based matchmaking, I have that on because I prefer to play against mouse and keyboard, more of a challenge, guys. But you can turn that off and you can play against people with controller as well. But that is all my settings, guys. That's what I use, and so far the game's been running fine. These are the settings I have on most games, really, to be honest. But if this helped you in any way, guys, like the video, spreads the channel. But thanks for watching and happy hunting.